Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. A little bit early today, but we're going to be talking about the book Punching Up. I'm a half an hour early today because I had a flat tire yesterday and I got to get my car over to the tire shop, fix the flat, put it back on, and take the spare off. So that's what I'm doing this morning at 8 o'clock. So I decided to come on here early, get Coffee with Alain in, so I wouldn't have to worry about it after the car appointment, which I don't know how long it's going to take. Drinking out of my reading cup today, all those books I enjoyed as a kid. Want to encourage you to read. Get out and read. Read books, read ebooks, listen to audiobooks. You can become educated, you can be entertained. So just get out and read more. Good morning, Vito, or I guess it's evening for you. Appreciate you showing up and saying hello. Today, just going to do one book because, I got to head over to the shop. And this is not just for reading, it's for all you writers out there. Punching Up. Publish a book that martial artists will want to own and actually read, by Kane and Wilder. Now, I'm friends with both these guys, and they've put out a bunch of books. They've put out together at least 20 to 30, and I think both of them have 30-some books to their credit because Lawrence has written a few by himself, Chris has written a few by himself, and they've written a lot together like this one. This is one of the newer ones that they have put out. It's not just for martial art writers. The advice in this book could be for anybody wanting to write a book. It's just these two are martial artists. The majority of their books have to do with something to do with martial arts or self-defense, but not all of them. It's not 100% complete manual. If you're brand new, you know nothing about writing, that this is the only book you would get to help you on your journey. But it does cover so many different things that newer authors and maybe even people that have published a book or two don't think about. So there's some very good information in this by Chris and Lawrence. They talk about, knowing what you're going to write, having your motivation and your voice and your audience and your word count. Shorter books are a little bit more popular now than longer books, and these guys have written both. This is sort of a shorter book. They've written some really long ones too. Me personally, I like big books. Survive a Shooting, big giant textbook manual, right? So it's a lot of just good advice as far as what to expect if you get into writing, things to think about, avenues you can take with self-publishing versus traditional publishing and pros and cons, things about your cover art and doing audio books and websites. So just a lot of good little nuggets. The chapters are short, to the point, with some very good advice for writers who want to be published, whether you're a martial artist or not. They're geared toward martial artists, but the advice in this could be good for anything. Vito said, yeah, it's evening over there where he's watching from. And I appreciate you saying hello and showing up live. So that's really the only book that I wanted to talk about today, is this Punching Up. Great book if you are wanting to write and be published. Good advice in there to help you on that journey. Something else you also should be reading is the brand new 101 additional safety and self-defense tips. Third book of that series, Kindle only. Go to Amazon. It's available now. It was the number one new book in the martial art category yesterday. I don't know where it's at today. Those categories go up and down all the time. Appreciate everybody that purchased it, that got it up to number one in the new category. Go there now. Help it stay up there. I appreciate that. If you have the first two, this is a continuation with more great lessons from 101 different books, some of the best experts out there on safety, self-defense, survival. If you haven't read any of the books, you don't have to read them in order. They stand alone. Each of them contains just individual lessons from 101 different books. Besides giving you those valuable lessons, it gives you a huge list of books that you might want to add to your library. So get the third one. If you don't have the first two, get all three. They're not much money. You can get all three of them for less than a $10 bill. and just a ton of great tips on safety, self-defense, survival, and recommendations for your library. So get that book. Sign up for the newsletter if you haven't signed up at enjoylifesafely.com. And if you're a writer or want to be a writer and get published, think about adding Punching Up to your reading list. Chris and Lawrence give some really good advice in this book. Make it a spectacular Saturday, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.